Had 14 points against his former team, Sacramento. Orlando dropped that game 84-81. Thunder are 2-0 with wins over Brooklyn and Indiana. Ajay Mitchell with a runner. And Ajay Mitchell.
Give that big guy what he needs now. That's what I'm talking about. That's guard pressure defense. That's what
Thunder a steal and a rejection from.
These summer league games have been very crucial because it's great for these guys who are next up to get to know them. But you got to love the brotherhood that this franchise has been able to build themselves off of with the success that we saw in this recent championship game.
Ajay Mitchell for three. Autumn, it's a great point because really on 3 of 10 and the Thunder just 6 of 18 for 33%. Mitchell, fade away. Yes, got him. Able to get a different culture in Orlando. What are the building blocks to taking a team and saying, okay, this is how we are going to play. This is the Jamal Mosley way we want to play.
Well, I really think, it starts off with personnel. We have guys that want to defend. We were talking on the broadcast the other day, we have
in our league, even though they don't get called geniuses, but Gerg, Kloppenberg,
Yep.
them guys were just on another level of teaching.
Yes.
And it's funny, we had Bickerstaff here earlier,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And he talked about Kloppenberg,
yep.
And now you come here and you sit and talk about Gerg, right? And those two were always together, right?
Always together, the way in which they did it. And
yes.
you touch it.
He's got a bad attitude, this and that. And I call BS on all of that. And here's why I call BS on it. Because, again, there's only 450 players who make it to the NBA. And it's impossible for you to make it to the NBA with a bad attitude, a poor work ethic, or you're uncoachable. Because those guys get weeded out a long time in the process.
Is in. Orlando on a 10-2 run to make it 54-47. Thompson's had a good quarter. Moore's had a good quarter as well for Orlando. And Orlando, at least for the moment, the turnovers have stopped. That's been their biggest issue this afternoon. Mitchell short with that one. Rebound raked in by Davis. Going to the reverse. That finds no joy. Mitchell. Not afraid to put it on the deck and attack the rack. Speaking of attacking the rack, but nothing there for Ethan Thompson. Here's Mitchell. Downhill again. Hanging and hitting. And the foul. Club. Back-to-back NBA champions. That's what the Thunder are going to try to do when we start the 25-26 season. Talk to me about the challenges of winning back-to-back championships.
So after we won our first championship,
3 blocks. Labissiere with the bucket for Orlando.
I just want to know the 30 teams that were looking at him.
Then misses. Santos with the 3. Three minutes remaining in regulation. Mitchell driving, floating, hitting, and the foul.
Give us a chance to develop you and to believe in what we see, our vision for you. And we're going to give you that opportunity to show your work. And you're seeing it today. The referees are going to have a tough time today because both these teams are very, very physical defensively. It's actually very impressive. The defensive details that they're showing out right now and even that little touch right there, staying solid, seeing the ball.
For the Pacers, picked up by Ajay Mitchell, looking for a Freeman, and he got it stripped away. Thunder running. Mitchell turns the corner. Mitchell gets the first points of the night for Oklahoma.
Decisions. That's what made OKC so dangerous. Any one of those guys could get the ball and come up and bring. And if you know that he was trying to do the right thing, that play is over if you made a mistake and you're on to the next.
Enrique Freeman has scored 5 of the first 6 for the Pacers. Here's Ajay Mitchell missing on the lay-in. Thunder.
And we'd say, oh, it's attributed to youth. But then they come back to the next game and then beat them by 50. It's pretty scary for the rest of the league that they are committed to each other at this age.
And 1,882 draft picks over the next 7 years.
I think you forgot a couple.
Oh, right. Sorry, my bad. Toe pitch behind the back. Toe pitch hounded by Peter. A.J. Mitchell looks like he dusted off that ankle. Mitchell, no good for him. He continues to struggle. He's now one.
Indiana is relentless at attacking the flavor.
Toe pitch, known as the best pure passer in his draft class, whips it to A.J. Mitchell, who can. Mitchell now 1 for 5, 4 points.
Look at
Ray J. Dennis gets it stripped away. Good defense by the Thunder. Brown, corner, Mitchell, 3. No. But put up right and in. Malachi Leon.
To now. So imagine all the weight he's lost, the body, how he's taking the game serious. I knew he was going to be good, but I didn't think he was going to be one and done from Georgetown the way he showed us.
That's crazy.
With the fact that he had that foot injury, too. It was
Yes.
Salt Lake City when they were playing in the Jazz Summer League last week. Turnover, Thunder have it. Here comes toe pitch. Good job by Murphy getting back. Leons over to Mitchell. Back to toe pitch. Mitchell fakes on the 3. Mitchell the drive. Mitchell the take with the left hand. And he gets his second bucket from.
Put everyone in the best situation possible, and you're going to really just be a small detail player. Like, we need that type of shooting. We need a lefty.
There is the lefty.
Point guard.
Ray J. Dennis, yeah. Dennis kicks it in the corner. Ashworth. Here comes toe pitch looking ahead. He saw Mitchell the entire time. What vision! To an 18-point lead for the Thunder. Boeheim had his shot blocked. Man, this Thunder team playing hard the whole night. Mitchell, the drive. It comes up short, but there's Leons again. And we got a whistle.
Nine to go. Ball knocked away, and Barnheiser will be talking more about him. A.J. Mitchell and 1 on the hard fall. Line to Timmy.
I'm surprised they're not putting the ball in his hands as a playmaker in those ball screens.
Danny Wolf, by the way, as Mitchell hits there ago. Missed out in his first year.
And they still have a ton of draft choices left.
Yes, they do. I lost track. At one point, I had it down. I think there were 13 ready to play here in Summer League. Sorber, see him in camp. Mitchell from the mid-range, hitting for OKC.
By making it a 12-month sport, and that's exactly what the NBA's done, including the tournament in the middle of the season, which gives people something else to kind of really focus on.
Yeah, the Emirates NBA Cup, they drew the groups before Summer League this year, so once that schedule comes out, we're playing the 3rd edition with, of course, the semis and championships here in Vegas.
It's just a great ball movement right there, I mean, for the Nets.
Porter has 2 years left on his deal. Oh, they didn't catch A.J. Mitchell. Leaked out. He's leaking out on the offensive end after the made free throws. 2-for-1 opportunity. Mitchell.
He gets stuck. He makes open shots. He embraces his role. And he's going to be in the league for a really long time, right? Like Michael Dorian Finney-Smith just started with Houston for a ton of money. You can make a corner 3 and the ball doesn't get stuck. And he defends and rebounds the ball. I mean, do what you do well.
Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, we mentioned Alex Caruso, all those guys were terrific defenders and then at clutch times hit 3-pointers.
Do you have a skill set that fits a team's need and have a role where you can come in and impact the
Steps into a 3 and banks it. It's his first points in Summer League action.
And his feet were set, he could step into it.
A.J. Mitchell trying to get OKC on the board here in the 3rd quarter. Diomede Traore. Nice pass to the cutting Mitchell, who can't finish.
Yes.
Slowly out to the perimeter for Timmy, who couldn't get the shot off there.
It's a good possession. They got the ball reversed, had the short roll, they made the right read.
Well, nice burst by Mitchell, who reverses it.
If you double, he would drop a dime, or they need position to offensive rebound the basketball. And that's where he's at his very best. Now, I don't know if you can do that in the NBA at his size against a normal matchup, but in summer league you can. Good rebound.
To take a lead role.
For Oklahoma City, it's Ajay Mitchell. Signed that 3-year contract just a couple of weeks ago. Can he back up SGA? That's kind of the question that OKC is trying to answer. And also they're trying to finally get a feel for Topic after that ACL injury back in January of 2024. We do know that Sissoko, fresh 14 up on the shot clock. Outside 3, and Barnheiser the rebound. Harkless, a really tough defender. Scotty Morrison told us he stole the show thus far.
Filipowski for just the extra hustle to keep that ball alive.
4 offensive rebounds in less than 3.
Kyle Filipowski.
Second defensive rebound for Cliff. He'll take the 3. It's up and out. Rebound. Malachi Leones from the Netherlands. Played at Bradley. Get our first look at Dane Goodwin, 6'6" guard slash forward who played at Notre Dame. Springer hits the deck, trying to make this team out of Tennessee, 6'4" guard.
I recognize that the draft process has been a whirlwind for anybody that's coming in. Not only are you learning a new program once you get drafted, but you're trying to figure out where you're going to live. There's a ton of life things that are
simple, to the point. And I think he's right about Ace Bailey. Look, when you're young, you know, you got to take in more than just basketball. It's about life. Where am I going to live?
Yeah. And I think the right word, especially for a young draftee like Ace, is whirlwind.
Foul number 2. Mitchell. Puts up a left-handed shot. Dominant hand. It's not easy. You got to jump through some hoops to make this happen.
Yeah, it's a big project. I mean, we're really gonna.
In the offseason, there was still a lot going on in that arena. So, what did it take to kind of rearrange all those things?
Mitchell with a minute on the clock. Step back, lefty, silky. Lauren Green, more on Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah, well, guys, Walt brings a winning culture to this team, coming fresh off a national championship with Florida and even winning back-to-back high school championships at Bartow High School in Florida. Now, that's something you can kind of tell when you're watching him in Summer League as well. When these games get tight, he has a certain...
He's going to learn how to be a good pro in this league.
Put back Leones. 3 scores, his first 2 here in the 4th.
That's just great execution by the Jazz that time. Isaiah Carter's 6th assist.
Leads back to 5. Harkless riding the hip of Ajay Mitchell. Flies up a little floater. Rebound Filipowski. Thing you want to see tonight for Oklahoma City, can they slow the turnover issue? 25 in all in that opening night against the Grizzlies. They give up 30 points off the miscues.
Yeah, you know Philly's really going to be dialed in on that, making them turn the ball over. They were here watching that game as well, so they talked about it.
Mitchell into the paint. Nice move, left hand. Just rolled up.
Got Mitchell to go to the right, kind of crossed his ankles up a bit. Just a nice sweep jumper by Mintz.
In the paint, shot just off the back of the rim by Mitchell.
Yeah, Hood-Schifino has that kind of game. Just a quick downhill and then all of a sudden putting on the brakes for a nice pull-up.
17th pick tee out of Indiana back in 23, out of Alabama. Summer League rules, 4 10-minute quarters. Fouling out, you get 10. Got to use them. Overtime, if we go there, 2 minutes. Second one is sudden death.
Okay, see another shot at it.
Mitchell in the corner. You're watching just.
He's done a nice job as well, just with this balancing act of getting his teammates involved.
Eton Almanza just checked that. Edwards winds up. Good look for three.
Great look.
Well, the three's not fallen so far. Combined 5 of 18 between the Sixers and the Thunder. There's a drive and a bucket. Nicely done. So in Hartenstein, I thought really may have been the final puzzle pieces, because Caruso's defense outstanding, and Hartenstein's ability in the paint defensively and offensively was a big difference.
No question, ball is about the right.
Goes inside and a beautiful drive and a bucket. He wanted a foul, and I don't blame him. There was some contact. Mintz with an 8-point game.
Yeah, I like Mintz's game. He's a
Mitchell seems to be hopping well despite that turned ankle. Ward passes out. Here's Leones. Left-hand dribble. Short shot clock runs under 4. Here's 3. Blocked. Bona. Ball still loose. Got the shot away. Nope, he did not. 28% the first 29 minutes of this game. There's a following one. They've now. Memphis, their first possession. Beautiful shot down low, wrapped around. Sissoko everywhere. Pulls down the defensive rebound. Front court comes in to Mitchell. He'll drive and score it, as he just really put on the Jets. And Taylor Jenkins coached the final 9 games last year. That was a tough task, by the way.
No question.
Last foul whistled on Baycott for that bucket.
A beautiful job by Mitchell, just setting him up for that dump off in the paint.
Barnheiser with the rebound. Off the miss. Here's Mitchell. Puts his shoulder down. Shot clock rolls to 11. Jumper flies it over the top, and the rebound.
Multiply at greater levels than talented players. So for us, they said it's about adding people we believe in to have a chance at compounding those results. It's something to look at with, again, how deep their roster already is, guys.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Yeah, Sam Presti does a marvelous job in how he built the title team.
Push the offensive player kind of off his spot, but I like the physicality of this one.
Mitchell on a roll inside. Left hand comes up short. Well, tough shot. That's Javon Small. Wasn't playing that small that particular possession. 6'1", 190. He was a second-round pick. Oklahoma City back to work. Mitchell, a little push. Able to catch the rim and in. It's a shot. Memphis gets a wide open look and hit. Will take advantage.
You know, Bowler, I've seen a lot of summer league, especially back in the day where it's been a bunch of run and gun. I'm really glad these coaches are starting to focus on players playing both sides of the ball. And there's a lot of things that have changed that game. NIL has done it. A lot of players going back, not just for NIL money, but to get maybe have a better year or two in the college game, which might hurt them age-wise, but still, if you can play and show you have that poise, you're going to be seen and have an opportunity.
They'll find you and they'll keep you. Mitchell, space in the paint, left hand, float home 2. Jackson. You can tell they've played together. Memphis by 4.
That's a close shot.
Mitchell. Largest lead of the night for Memphis. 8. Mitchell back to work on the floor, spins to his left. Tough shot, left hand. Trying to knock it off the window. And
they found those guys. And a lot of times they have to buy in. It may take them a little while. Sometimes it happens right away, but they have to get adjusted to exactly what the philosophy is. And it happened very quickly for the Thunder.
Got to get lucky, too, on occasion.
Yeah.
Wells passes out. GG deep. Ricochets off the rim. Rebound. Barnheiser. So the pace and the crispness of this third quarter is apparent. Really, T, from both teams. A rebound through the hands of Sid. Drops a pair. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Memphis 70, Thunder 62. Good look by Mitchell, rolls off the rim, out of bounds, and the reset. The
Coach didn't really try to sell anything more than he just got hit. Like he didn't fall down and fall 3 or 4 feet away.
Oh man, that's maybe the play of the game. The elbow and knocks down 2.
That's the key for Oklahoma City. They have to create some buckets off their defense, and they haven't been doing a lot of that in the second half. It's been more Memphis. This has been a nice turnout for this game.
Absolutely. Topic brings it across the timeline. Here's Mitchell. Plenty of time, just past the 4.5-minute mark. Youngblood. Mitchell fires it up the lefty. Good look. Bounces out. Rebound Jalen Wells, and a late whistle called. Topic with a reach in.
A nice little trap there by Oklahoma City to get the ball out of his hands. Now another opportunity here on their end.
Mitchell back to work across midcourt. He'll drive to his left. Inside. Held off the defender and score.